Hi submarine friends. Well, the refit for my deep worker submarine here is well underway. I've removed the side ballast tanks. I have to admit, more good engineering. It only takes about 20 minutes per side to take those off and disconnect the thrusters and whatnot. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just double checking to make sure that the release mechanism that drops this whole chassis is functioning properly. It's been so long since I built this part that I'm just not 100% sure of how it was all working and if I was happy with it and blah, 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 blah. So that's just my paranoia. So anyways, it works like a charm. So there's a rod here with a big heim joint, and it connects to a lever that's underneath the pilot's seat. So again, this used to be two submarines that were put together to make one submarine. So both submarines that are now one, both had this release feature, but it was never incorporated in this submarine. So I'm reincorporating it so that the chassis can drop off. So when the chassis drops off, the battery pods drop off and just the occupant sphere comes to the surface. Now that's very important because this submarine is not like my big diesel submarine where it's all smooth on the outside. There's a lot of things on this that can get hooked on underwater cables and ropes and anchor lines and branches and whatnot. So you need to make it so that anything that gets entangled can drop off. So in this case, there's so many things that it's just simpler to mount everything to the chassis, and then the if everything's mounted to the chassis, then whatever gets tangled to it just stays on the bottom of the lake. So it's really a super nice feature, particularly the electric arm. That has real potential to get caught. So for instance, you could grab something, and if it was heavy and all of a sudden the arm quits working and you can't release it, well, you're screwed. So this way I could just drop the whole chassis. Now, normally what I would do is I would just have the mechanical arm on a release. So every submarine I've built, the arm is jettisoning, it's called. But in this case, because there's more things that can get tangled, we'll just drop the chassis. Plus it's here, I just had to, spend a couple of days making this linkage system so that it can release in the back here. Piece of cake. Anyways, that's what I'm up to today. I haven't been working on it all that long because it's pretty easy to work on. Next, I will open up the battery pods. I'll show you guys that. And there's trays in there with batteries. I'll show you that. Because I have to make sure that I had to remove batteries out of that pod to offset the weight increase from the batteries. Or from the arm. I don't need all those batteries because switching to lithium batteries, you can eliminate a whole bunch of batteries, but I need the weight in there still. So I just left the old batteries in there. They're glass matte gel batteries, so they can sit there forever and not hurt anything. So they're just there for weight. So I guess that's it. I'll carry on. Ciao.